of the day, but it's looking like Magnus might be cruising to a 2-0 start here. 2.5 minutes to his name, to the 1 minute on Levon Aronian's clock. Not over yet, but it's not looking good for Levon Aronian.
Yeah, this looks terrible for white. I love the bishop pair at the best of times, Tanya, but this is a phenomenal bishop pair, especially the black dart square bishop, like a thorn in white side.
I mean, I'm looking at checkmating ideas on the black king, right? Magnus is beautifully placed to bring the queen out. Do a rook lift. Do you even rook lift in this position? You get the rook to f6, you slide it all the way across, and you're threatening big checkmates on that H line. Magnus with another response there. He's blowing open the center. It looks like a pawn sacrifice, but the knight on d2, you look deeper, is pinned currently. A lot of pins on the board.
Yeah, a lot of pins. There's a rook trade first of all, but I'm assuming Magnus is going to recapture that with his queen. There we go, just to avoid any checks. And the white rook is going to get out the way. There was a pin, as you said, Tanya, along this diagonal, along the central file as well. And Magnus here, he's looking at giving up his queen somehow. I think it might be here and now.
Okay, what's stopping me from taking that white knight with my dark squared bishop and then sliding down and snatching the rook with my queen? I guess just that he would take the queen with check first, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what Magnus is looking at, James. Just to put it on the board before Magnus moves, this is just a variation. Rook takes queen here. You would be threatening a back rank checkmate. Eval Bar says it's not quite working, but this type of idea where you would win the bishop next is what Magnus is looking at.
It's that or the other way you do it. You grab the bishop with the same checkmating ideas and say you've got a poison pawn there, which is coming up. Magnus goes for it, sacrificing the queen. He's done it before with great results at the freestyle tour. Right now, you can't capture the pawn. Bishop takes knight, gets rid of the defender. There will be back rank checkmating ideas coming in, and that pawn is going to be a thorn in white's position on the very next move.
Yeah, the bishops are so strong, the rook is strong. You can use your knight to block the black rook, but the pawn would just continue its advance. Not just that, but black also has a very powerful pawn on the edge of the board that's going to kind of keep the white queen distracted in the near future. This is beautiful. First queen sacrifice of Vegas so far.
This is wild. Not just that Magnus Carlsen is looking at starting his tournament off in 2-0 fashion, but to do it in this way, you know? That's just incredible.
It's been awesome, you know? I feel like over the last 6 months, sacrificing his queen has been one of Magnus's favorite things to do at tournaments. We've seen him do it over and over again, and it's usually not for checkmating ideas, but just getting these long-term compensation going in the position, and he converts that flawlessly. This is the first one, David, like you pointed out, of the Vegas Grand Slam, but I'm going to make a prediction it won't be the last one. I think we're going to see more queen sacrifices.
Yeah, he did it in Paris a few times. Magnus Carlsen gave up his queen. Here we go. The pawn, so close to promotion now. We might see a queen reborn in the next few moves. If the white knight takes it, the white knight will be removed. And checkmate is still a big, big theme in this position. I wouldn't be surprised if Levon resigns. This is actually what Levon used to do to players at his prime. He was the one always sacrificing. He was super dynamic. But unfortunately, this time the shoe is on the other foot.
And Levon's been struggling with Magnus in their recent head-to-heads that we've seen over the last couple of years. I think Magnus with a lopsided score in that. And he does it incredibly in this one. Lev forced to give up more material. You can't grab the bishop back. Once again, the rook would slide in. That would have been checkmate. So Lev, he creates a luft, a breathing space for his king. But that gives Magnus enough time to get his bishop defended. And that's 2 bishops and a rook for a queen. And that's just too many pieces.
Yeah, 2 bishops. That's worth 6 points, 3 each, plus a rook worth 5. That's 11 points in total. That surpasses a queen, which is worth 9. Not just that, but black still has 1 very strong pawn. And Magnus is going to go for a checkmate in the near future. The checks continue. This is, final few moves here. Magnus's heart rate, 40? That can't be true. He's that ice cold.
Yeah, he might have ice in his veins, but that's... that might be hospital worthy.
This is over. You just got to get your other bishop now on the diagonal, threatening all kinds of checks. Levon too slow to activate his queen to produce any threats on the black king. Bishop centralized looks like it would be handshakes.
Yeah, it's just about how you checkmate the opponent. Magnus will calculate you never can relax against a queen. White's queen is finally threatening to get in, but it just shouldn't be quick enough. And Magnus, he's got time, 1 minute and change to work out the final exchanges here.
Yeah, Magnus going to use that time to make sure that he doesn't accidentally throw it away. And as you can see there, the bar goes completely black in favor of Magnus Carlsen.
That means it's checkmate coming. The white queen is hit, and black is actually threatening a checkmate as well. Magnus takes the win. That was very dominant, very impressive.
In the city of spectacle, Magnus Carlsen, he puts on a show. The queen sacrifice and a victory to move to 2-0. Our first and only undefeated player so far through 2 rounds. The first board that completes here.